Patricia Clarkson brings the story of equal pay activist Lilly Ledbetter to our screens. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
When you hear about a story like this, I mean, it's not something that was 75 years ago. I mean, the fact that this was passed in 2009 is just, blows my mind.
It's remarkable that it took us that long to get a Fair Pay Act passed, but it's still but we're thankful that it's for President Obama and for the many people who fought to get this through, who were in the Senate and the House, remarkable women and men. And it's been a privilege to play Lilly Ledbetter, a real privilege in my life. Yeah.
She passed away last year. She was an activist all the way into her 80s. Did you get a chance to meet her, to work with her while working through the script, or her daughter?
I have met her daughter. I made a choice. She knew. She's a very cool lady, one in a bazillion. I made the choice not to meet her because I imprint very easily, and I had her on such a pedestal. I'm the baby of five girls. My mother raised five daughters. My mother was a working woman. We're all in the working force. And so Lilly Ledbetter was a god to us. And so I said, Lilly, she was excited. She said, I get that. That's your method. We'll meet at the end. We'll meet at the end. And sadly, she got quite ill, and I didn't get to meet her, but she was with me in spirit, and I did meet her stunning daughter, Vicky, which was really the highlight of this whole experience, because Vicky, that apple falls very close to the tree, and she is a remarkable woman also.
You just mentioned growing up, and you mentioned your mom, and
Mhm.
wonderful work that she did during Katrina in your hometown of New
Mhm.
Orleans. I mean, talk a little bit about that, the connection that you felt to the story, and maybe kind of channeling your mom during this project.
Yes. No, my mother, the first person I called when I was offered this part, I was shooting in London, as a matter of fact, and but I got a call, and my agent said, Patty, they want you to play Lilly Ledbetter. And I said, say that again, Chris. Lilly Ledbetter. I said, oh my God. I said, Chris, really? I said, look, I'm busy working right now, but I'm going to read this as fast as I can. I think it's going to be a quick yes. And it was. And the first call I made was my mother, and she started crying. And she said, oh my God, Patty, you're going to finally play, do a movie that everybody can see. Because, I've played some racy characters. And so, it was thrilling to play a great American hero, and to have a powerhouse of a mother who was president of the city council, ran a city alongside this extraordinary mayor, Mitch Landrieu, and rebuilt that city during Katrina. They're two titans, these women, my mother and Lilly, and they are kindred spirits. And my mother passed a little bit before Lilly, so they're somewhere having a great time, I hope. But but my mother is deep within me. I'm inspired by in my life, and I was inspired to play Lilly because of my mother.
I want to talk a little bit about the message of this story and her work, because I think black, white, woman, man, gay, straight, older, younger, everybody in between can relate to this, or has somebody in their life that could relate to a story like this.
Oh, 1,000%. Lilly was not a deeply political woman. She was fighting a grave injustice. And injustice crosses all lines. Whether you were black or white or brown or gay or straight or transgender. I had one of the most beautiful moments of all of this, of all of the places we've been across this country, and all the premieres, was this beautiful representative in Denver, Colorado, who came up to me, a beautiful transgender woman, and said, this is my story. I said, yes, it is. And so it's whether when women make equal pay, everybody succeeds, every man, woman, and child, everybody, your partner succeeds, your children succeed, everybody wins on equal pay. And I think, and that's really Lilly. Lilly could have given up, but she knew this grave injustice, she had to see it through, and she fought for 10 years, almost 10 years, and did not give up. And then finally she met the right people in Congress, and we had President Obama, and it passed. But she never made a dime. She wasn't doing this for money. She wasn't really doing this for fame or fortune or glory. But I give her a lot of glory now. We all stand on her shoulders. We all do.
Yeah, all the stars aligned to make go ahead and make that happen. Let's talk a little bit about kind of your experience in Hollywood too, because obviously it's not just the tire industry. I mean, this spans across many industries, and I'm sure there are a lot
Oh,
of stories either on set or preparing for this that a lot of emotions probably came up.
yes. I mean, I've been in this industry 38 years. And when I first started out, I never questioned my pay. I laugh at some of the money I've made, and I laugh at some of the meetings I've had, because this film is also taking on ageism and sexism and misogyny. It's taking on a lot of the strife and the trials and tribulations we face as women, and we still do it at certain moments. It's getting better. We're still not there 100%. We're still making 78 cents on the dollar. But I do think that this, I look back on the meetings I had, that I would meet men in hotel rooms, to audition for a part. And I'm like, um, what we tolerated, and the fact that we never questioned our pay long ago. Now we do. And I think we're much better for it. I think now women, our pay is a very big topic, and our industry is much better for that. But women across this country, question your pay. Question, what's the guy in the next cubicle? What's he making? If you're doing the exact same job, question. Always
But
question.
question it. I'll always question it. And then one final thing here before we go. Obviously, started the film version of Good Night, Good Luck. We get to hear your voice in Pirates on Broadway right now.
Oh,
Tell us a little
yes.
bit about your connection to Broadway this season.
Well, I love Scott Ellis, who directed Pirates. He's one of my favorite directors, who directed me in Elephant Man with Bradley Cooper many years ago. Well, not that long ago, but and so he asked me, because I'm New Orleanian, to do this. They've set Pirates in New Orleans, and I recently finally made it to Good Night and Good Luck. It was glorious. It was spectacular. George Clooney is, he talk about representing the best of our industry. He's a true egalitarian. Everyone is treated equally. He's a really beautiful soul, and he makes our industry better. And I bet you, I'll bet you a lot of money. There's not every woman that's ever worked for him was paid well.
That is well. He makes our industry well. You make our industry well. Thank you so much for your
Thank
time
you.
today. LilyMovie.com is where you go ahead and find more information. Definitely go check this film out. And Patricia, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.